Welcome in to the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where we're just a bunch of bros drinking beer and watching movies. Our instructions tonight are to skate better. I am your host, the Mayor Jeff Hornacek. This is our movie commentary of the Disney Channel original movie, Brink. So while you get your movies sunk up with us, this is on Disney Plus, of course. Mine's paused at the 1 second mark because unlike a lot of movies, this thing just fucking drops you right into the thick of it with Brink on the screen. So while you go find it on Disney Plus, let's go around and meet the fellow bros. We begin with a very special guest, my cousin, director, filmmaker, Michael Monty. Michael, is it true that you actually worked one summer as an assistant manager at the Pup and Suds car wash?
No. I was promoted to regional by the time the summer was over.
Oh shit!
But yeah, it was a big deal. It didn't seem like too much was going on at the time. But apparently that's all. Santa Monica has nothing to do but just all attend like these giant skate competitions. So I was the only one left there, attending the puppy wash.
What a great! I'm sure, despite all the things you've accomplished professionally, that's still on your resume. Nothing's been able to bump it off. And next we go to our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli. Ronnie, you're just a piece of shit person that likes to do something that you're passionate about and get paid, aren't you?
Absolutely, I am, and I'm proud to be a sellout. I watched this movie and associated myself with Team X Blades from the beginning, and that's why I work for a living and get paid.
I'll be honest.
Also, they do look so cool.
Well, and Zach from the Power Rangers is in them, which we'll get into in a second.
And can I say really quickly, just on a legality-wise, I don't want to get sued. The movie is, yes, you're calling it Brink. There's an exclamation point. It's Brink.
Did I not say it with enough passion?
You did not. The exclamation point is there. So
okay.
just for clarification.
All right.
Thank God it's not in all caps.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, you gotta scream it. All right, well, we're gonna watch Brink in 3, 2, 1, play. And as Cycli pointed out before we started the pod, there is no 0 to 100 on this. We drop you in at 100 because it starts with rock music playing.
I gotta say, I'm interested to hear your thoughts, but I think when I was a kid, and probably still now because of nostalgia, this is number one on Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah,
this is the best.
Oh yeah. I'd take it over Xenon. I would take it over Johnny Tsunami. I'd take it over Halloween Town. Yeah, the Brink's an all-time for me.
I mean, there's a good list, but
Smart House is overrated, I think, personally.
Very, yeah.
I agree.
So I don't have many Horns facts, but I do have one about a character we just saw, which is Katie Brinker, Andy Brinker's sister, and Brie Larson actually auditioned for that role.
Wow.
Did not have what it takes.
He was in.
So Katie.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so Katie could have been Mrs. Captain Marvel.
Yep.
The marvelous Mrs. Captain Marvel.
The 90s were all about the 3 names, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Eric Von Detten. I mean, you were built for the 90s if you had a 3-name name.
I don't know this kid's name, but one of the friends here was in Donnie Darko.
Holy shit! Really?
Oh yeah, the one on the left. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really think. I don't think I've seen this movie in a while. I was like, yeah, that's fucking Donnie Darko's bro.
And Eric Von Detten was also in the Leave It to Beaver remake, right? That was kind of like his other movie at the time.
Can't say I saw that one.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Never into the Leave It to Beaver franchise.
If he was late, why didn't he just skate there?
Look, we're not watching this movie for logic, okay? Like, this is gonna be a long night.
If you have a backpack that also holds your rollerblades, how do you choose which girl at your school to fuck at which time? Because you get your pick of the litter for sure.
And there's zero way any books fit in there, like with those roller skates.
I guess it's whoever just happens to have the most Magnum condoms on hand. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's all that's in his backpack, I think.
So skating downstairs when I was like an 8-year-old was the most badass thing. I remember in the Power Rangers movie, they roller skated downstairs, and I was like, you cannot get cooler than that. Like, I just don't know how you get cooler.
What happened to this? I mean, this was like I mean, obviously it still is in my heart, but it's like, it's a shame that this was such a phenomenon, like in the 90s.
It was.
You know what I mean?
Everyone was
Like,
rollerblading.
Yep.
I remember we'd play
And-
street hockey. We'd go to the skate park. It was like the coolest thing ever. It was so fun. We all just wanted to be
Car.
California
Gotta yell
soul
car.
skaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pause game. Yeah, dude, I lived in a cul-de-sac in Seattle, and it was like a perfect setup for street hockey because, like, if you overshot the goal or whatever, like, you were fine, and then cars never came through.
Jeff, were you ever at the house when Lauren Monty built that skate ramp for us? He built this little quarter pipe.
Yeah,
Wasn't exactly professional grade, but it was
good
so,
enough.
So cool.
I mean, you go to skate
Oh,
parks, but one's more dangerous than that. That thing was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What came out first, this or D2? Because I'm getting major like opening scene to D2 Mighty Ducks
D2,
vibes.
I think. D2 was mid 90s. I think this was late 90s, right? I didn't actually look at when the year this is released.
This was 98.
I feel like 98. Yeah, okay. I think D2 was like
This
95.
was also sounds right. This was the third.
D2 is 94. Yeah, very close.
Yeah, so this definitely ripped off the intro to that then, which is fine.
Yeah, because that's right. They had, yeah, I mean, that was a thing. You're right about 90, like Power Rangers, D2, all this. Like, rollerblades were hit. Like, you were cool if you were doing that. It was always an opening scene.
I love how the best that the art department could come up with for the cool fictional inline skater magazine was Inline Skater magazine.
Like, talk about
you are
talking
a genius.
Our audience is really fucking stupid, so
we'll put it on a gray hat in black letters. We've got a budget of about $6. Don't go crazy.
Bill, you've been working on this project for about 2 weeks. What you come
it's
up with?
not where it needs to be, Tom.
Inline Skater magazine. You're a genius. Fuck.
Thomas, we're already 3 days behind schedule in this shoot because you can't get that fucking hat stitched up right.
I like how Brink's supposed to be the good kid, but he's not wearing his helmet clipped in. Like, that strap's undone.
Even the bad guys are all about safety first.
Yeah.
And I love that
would've
this
been
is
really
technically before school, right? Is this like 7 a.m.? What teenager is like?
Yeah, because none of these pussies are going to skip first period.
Yeah.
The soul skaters.
We missed the bus. All right.
I remember, like, there was like a bit of a fuss around, like, man, I don't want to wear like my pads. They're stupid looking. But I remember wrist guards always thinking those were badass.
Sure. I mean, who knows what kind of shit you're going to get into. If you get in a fight with the wrist guards, you could just open palm somebody.
See, the Team X Blad one are fingerless gloves. That way, in case you need to lift some free weights all randomly.
I like that they show the X Blades right here. They're not only obviously bad guys, but good skaters. He was able to analyze what just happened and what went wrong. Like, they literally were just like showing them they're actually quite intelligent in the sport of roller skating.
Yeah. It's cool that they make the bad guys. It's not like the bad guys necessarily are just about like, oh, they're cheating, so they're better.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, like the main villain kid's genuinely awesome.
Oh, shit.
Skater.
Well, this one, at least the way I remember it, and I'm sure that we'll find things that don't exactly line up with this, but when I think back to Team X Blades now, I'm like, why did I hate them again? Like, because they were able to monetize their passion.
It makes we'll get into this throughout this movie. It's
like the dream, sense. Right?
It makes no sense. Like, getting paid for what you love and we're being told that's a bad thing.
Team X Blades rules. Everybody knows that. We should all get matching tattoos.
Why would I get that tattooed twice?
Seems a little redundant. So obviously Walter Emmanuel Jones, the guy in the back, plays Boomer. He was also, of course, Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Apparently, he was the second Mighty Morphin Power Rangers actor to star in a Disney Channel original film. The other was Amy Jo Johnson, who was in the movie Susie Q. Which
I remember Susie Q. She was a babe in that movie, but I'm pretty sure she was a ghost. If that's the movie I'm thinking about, like, she dies in the 50s in a car wreck, and then she haunts like the present day guy who lives in her house in the 90s.
That's a decom? Jesus, that seems pretty dark.
Well, like she helps him. He's like this nerdy guy, and she helps him like, become cool. I'm pretty sure that's the movie.
They speaking of Power Rangers, Green Power Ranger Jason David Frank, he died not long ago.
Yeah, big time.
We're down to 2 left of the original.
Oh, really?
2 or 3, I think.
Amy Jo Johnson. I know the Red Ranger's still alive.
Yeah.
Jason, what's his name?
Well, we lost Trini.
Austin St. John, another 3-name.
Yep. We lost Trini.
David Yost is still alive because I know him and.
That's right. So
Jesus, is it really that few? So is like Lord Zed just taking these guys out like as they get middle-aged one by one? Or?
Ever since him and Rita got married, it's just been
Lord Zed Black.
By the way, yes, Susie Q is that movie about a girl who dies in the 50s and comes back 40 years later to help this guy.
So, is this supposed to be like Team X Blad is abusive?
Yeah, well, yeah. I love how they like in this same world, even in a movie about glorifying skaters, they're still like, well, let's get the skateboarders to kick those guys' ass.
Skateboarders can't complain about this movie. They're like, no, that's accurate. We just missed it, but I don't know why I love that line as a kid when he's like, "What's up, fam?" I was like, dude, he is so cool.
Dude, is this movie the origin of Nunya Business? At least I think it's the first
It is, yeah. It certainly popularized it. I feel like.
See, Brie Larson would have done better at pouting in this scene than this.
Did you guys just see that line?
No.
Which one?
They were like, because the Wyatts are Mormon, and she goes, "Why can't we be Mormon?" How did I never notice?
What are the Wyatts allowed to do because they're Mormon?
I missed it. Maybe I don't know.
This dad is like bagged cereal John C. Reilly. Like not quite John C. Reilly, but John C. Reilly adjacent.
Well, he's been in other Disney things. Like he's very familiar.
Yeah. He genuinely does do a good job. Like he's got, he has to carry the heartbeat with the real talks, because that's the sub theme, right? Is like him and Brink like finally understanding each other in the garage.
Yeah, their dynamic is the emotional core of Brink.
Right.
Pacifica High School.
It's weird because, like, how do you make a movie about a kid that, like, truly has no worries? And then it's like, well, you just put the entire responsibility of his family's finances on his shoulders. And, like, good luck, kid.
Let me just say,
sorry, Jeff.
I was going to say, if your family making their mortgage payment or not relies on your son skating for Team X Blad, we got a lot of
Yeah, that's not your first problem. The line is, why can't I be homeschooled like the Wyatts? She goes, because homeschool is expensive. Besides, the Wyatts are Mormon.
Okay. I didn't realize being Mormon and averse to public school were at all related, but I guess they are.
But, like, look at Disney putting that in a movie in the 90s.
That is pretty funny.
I always look at the badass. We always get the badass female in a lot of Disney.
Yeah.
And so much Disney.
Yeah. She's got a young Michelle Rodriguez thing going on.
Oh, definitely.
But more range.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez can play one thing, and she does it well, but that's all she can do.
Eric Von Denton always looks like he either got out of the shower or needs to take a shower.
What else was he in?
Yeah. He just went and started skating for the dream of it after this, man. He learned some stuff.
And that's a hell of a toss, guys. Like, in one throw, come on.
But doesn't that mean someone died at that intersection? Like, isn't that the international symbol for, like, someone was killed here?
Oh, I always thought it was drugs are sold here.
See, I always just thought it was when someone was being a dick because of all these 90s movies. I didn't realize.
Holy shit. This guy, the Team X Blad leader, Sam Horrigan, he played Spike in Little Giants.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's another great 90s film. Or is that late 80s?
94. So he had a good 4 years. Good for him.
Yeah, the guy who played Johnny Tsunami, I think he like actually does work at like or he was working in like Denver or something. He owned like a bar, something like pretty close to like around the snowboarding and stuff like that. But he's obviously out of the business, but he's still like, I don't know, really excited whenever anyone wants to talk about.
I don't know this guy's name, but look at his shirt. He has the red, white, and yellow.
Yeah, the audio video.
The audio staples. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to Denver and go to the Johnny Tsunami bar. I'm in.
Is this Even Stevens' dad?
It is, yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Again, Disney has, if you do good work, they'll continue to call you. The costume designer here, the colors look, I'm getting a similar Power Rangers vibe where it's like, in Angel Grove High School, you could obviously tell who the Power Rangers are because they all five exclusively wear the color of their shirt.
Yeah, that was a 90s thing with all the, whether that's like Power Rangers or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Captain Planet. It was just such a staple back then, where it's like everybody gets their color.
And that's
Michael, I don't know about you, but so Jeff, you and I went to high school together. When I watched this kind of stuff, it made me so sad we never got to eat lunch outside. It always looks so cool to watch these movies in California. I don't know, Michael, if you got to do that, but
no, I mean, I guess in high school we did actually every now and then, but like it was like you just go out and like sit on the grass if you want type thing. But I always thought, like this just cool open setup was always sick in California.
Yeah, we had off-campus lunch, which was cool, but like you miss all the shenanigans in the cafeteria.
Yeah. This is a great prank, by the way. They pulled it off spectacularly.
Yeah, that was like Ocean's 11 level efficiency.
That was a cool little one-shotter too. That whole like thing that they kind of showed how they did it in time.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, children of men. That's what a one take was.
And he's a method actor, so he actually bit those worms
over and over. Nice.
Like I feel like they could have murdered his mother in cold blood in front of him, but if they held up "Don't be a wuss," he would have just taken it to the ground. You know what? Nothing happened. Facial acting right here.
Who rocks the shoulder-length hair better, Val or Brink? That's the question.
I think Val. I'm gonna go Val.
I think Val too. I don't know.
But Val probably can afford. Eric Von Detten has that like I haven't put shampoo in this in 3 days type look.
But he also, I don't know, he does, but he wears it well. It matches his character to be a little bit greasy.
And I like Val. He's like, look, let's settle this on, like, let's play for it. Like, let's actually skate. Like, I'm gonna defend this guy all night.
I'm interested to see, what you're saying is where the movie takes like the moral high ground. If it's just like earning money for something you love is bad, or if there is like another element that comes up, because so far there's no leg to stand on. It seems like they all kind of do want to be Team X Blades.
Well, the idea is right. Like, remember when we were in middle school, like you don't want to be a poser, right? Or you want to be fake.
Right.
But these guys clearly aren't fake. They are good at what they do.
They're very talented, and you get mad at their coach for roughing them up a little bit, but he's paying them to skate, man. So if you fuck up, like you're costing everybody money.
Yeah. Dude.
This was like every day in high school, right? Like every single day.
I was wondering these movies. I hate to be that guy, but like when do we have this much time to just like hang out at school? Like, you're always like running around.
Right. The bell rings and then you got to go to your locker and then immediately come back. And the fact that like the teachers are just cool with them carrying around their skates all in their backpack. That's sick. Not my experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say at Pacifica High, you can just throw the rule book out the fucking window, especially when it comes to skating. All bets are off.
This guy's definitely East German.
He's actually faculty.
He's a 21 Jump Street plant.
Or he was in the Iceland team, I think, in D2.
Dude, they actually probably did have to get some pretty good stunt men for this, because like some of the skating shit is pretty impressive.
Oh, it's awesome.
This is the weak this is the weak links in both teams right here.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lead going into that one. He blew it.
Second leg is where you put the chumps. Everyone knows that. Sick, dude. If I tried any one of these, damn. Wow, Boomer, what a choke job.
You wuss. Yeah, this is. I mean, you know what? You watch the Olympics. If someone falls, you got to finish the race, man.
Honestly, dude, unless you're like a medical professional, you're not going to help him anyway. You should just race. Oh,
But
never mind.
He is the one taking. Yeah, he's good. You do what you can, right?
I don't get you.
And Val, you also can't. I think Brink knew he was going to lose, and that's why.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, and Val's like, "This is bullshit, man."
This is actually pretty good acting.
So good.
Oh, that was the first day of school.
It's pretty authentic. I think any parent would react this way.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm supposed to be sympathizing with Andy Brinker right now, I'm not.
It's one of those movies that you watch as an adult and you completely shift your thinking. Like, it makes no sense to be on the protagonist's side here.
But I believe that he's dumb enough to buy. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely think Brink is like, this is how you gotta be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's so interesting that it's
inline skating magazine.
Yeah.
I'm buying both of you a subscription. All right.
So was his dad able to pick him up because he doesn't have a job, or is this costing him work because he had to leave work?
The dad's been laid off, right?
Yeah, he got injured, and he hasn't been able to work, I'm pretty sure.
And he was injured skating, which is why he hates it.
Anytime in a movie they're punching numbers on a calculator at the kitchen table, it's not good.
Yeah, no scene's ever started good because of that.
I wonder if modern kids movies, I feel like they don't, but it seems like we generally avoid the financial weight and pressure problem overhanging the family in modern kids movies, but that was pretty common, right?
You're 100% right. It's something I've never thought of. It's kind of been lost. That was a trope.
Yeah.
Also, I think the other issue is you're a blue collar worker living in a 2,800 square foot house in Pacifica, Santa Monica, California. Maybe you're just punching above your weight here, buddy. You might have to move in the valley. Maybe that's the move.
That's a very good point. Yeah, at this point in time, he could probably still get something in Van Nuys or outside Burbank that isn't terrible.
Yeah, and don't tell me that's beneath you, because you know what is beneath you? Being broke.
Oh, and then this shot. They always did this shot. Sometimes it was on the stairs. Sometimes it was around the corner. There's always the pullback to the kid listening. Every time.
It's all Brink's fault.
They're trying to protect him from the truth, but he knows.
I will say this is a good scene. This is a pretty accurate portrayal after you got in trouble.
Yeah.
It's the contemplating your whole life decisions with your friends.
Yeah. Everyone goes over what happened to them.
Right. And then they become this little echo chamber where they reinforce each other and no, it's good. We should be,
fine. We were in the right.
Our parents get evicted.
So is he suspended now and just creepily hanging out on the perimeter of the school?
He only got suspended for 1 day. It's not that big of a deal, Dad. Chill out.
Is that even a suspension?
No, that's just.
It's take 5. So did they all get 1 day suspension? Is it for skating? Is that why at school, or did they do something else?
Yeah, I think it was just for moving all the lunch tables and kind of grinding up on all the handrails.
Val's shirt is so 90s. I love it.
Dude, I would wear that now.
Yeah, well, the 90s are back.
It's like a hockey jersey wanted to become a golf shirt at some point in its life.
It looks like some second division Premier League team's alternate kit.
The guy on the right's wearing a soccer, a no-name soccer, a generic soccer jersey you can buy anywhere.
Not a Messi Argentina jersey, but just Argentina. No particular player.
He bought it off Inline Skating Magazine, their portfolio.
If you're a subscriber, you get 10% off any apparel purchase.
I really feel like Andy and Val would have been best friends if like one or two things had gone differently in middle school, you know?
It's really them just it's smart. Not that Brink has much of a leg to stand on, but it is smart that they make the difference between them really just their philosophy about skating. Like that's really it. And Val has got this kind of just like snooty Michael Jackson thing going on.
He does look like Michael Jackson in the latter years.
That's definitely the case. I'm getting like their relationship is definitely akin to like Palpatine and Anakin, right? He's like, you see you have the skills. I can lure you over to this side.
But it is so funny though. As a kid, you're like, yeah, fucking Skull Skaters, do it for the love of it.
Mm-hmm.
It like watching this now, you're like,
And
what are you guys talking about? That's so dumb. Make money if you can.
For sure. But I think also as a kid, you're like, oh, poser, sell out. But
100%.
The idea of having a sponsor is like the biggest lie we're all saying at the skate park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I might get a sponsor of like so-and-so actually has. It's like nobody had a damn sponsor. But
well, that's the thing. Like a lot of the soul skaters, probably 3/4 of them, it would be like me saying I'm not playing in the NBA just because I'm too passionate about basketball. Like you don't have it as a fucking option, dude. Like 3/4 of these guys aren't good enough to skate for Team X Blade anyway. So don't act like you turn them down.
But yeah. I do. I mean, it goes back to that again. All these 90 movies, sports films that. We talked about D2 and we've, a lot of Disney Channel original movies where these kids are selling out games, right? Like these are 6th graders, 7th graders that people are paying money to watch. There's radio broadcasts about these like middle school teams. Like people are paying these guys to skate. Like as a kid, for some reason, you just eat that shit up. You really think like no one is paying money to see 10-year-olds play basketball, guys.
Yeah. I wonder too, though. Because a lot of this stuff, it's kind of like a half step away from like that punk rock counterculture thing. Like it's almost like it's something of like an anti-consumerism thing. Like obviously you do got to buy the skates and everything, but like it's a relatively cheap thing to do that you can do anywhere. So like it may make some sort of sense, like almost like at a punk rock show too, like taking the wrong like record deal or selling out with their music.
Right.
I don't know.
Stick it to the man. Keep it pure.
Right, because it's not like they can't skate in these same competitions, but these guys are sponsored, so they have brands kind of telling them and paying them. Which I'm not saying obviously makes sense, but it's interesting.
No, this right here, I'm getting definite like foot soldier vibes from the first Ninja Turtles. It's like this underground place where we recruit kids, and they're clearly going to be on the wrong path. Right. That guy's 36. So Also, I didn't realize this. Just when you think Team X Blades can't get more badass, you realize that they don't have an E in the word blades. It's like Blads, technically.
I'm here to try out for X Blad. It's Blades. I don't see an E.
Okay, notice that. So on my Team X Blade sticker that I have, it does have the E, but on the subtitles here, I'm not seeing it. So I'm not sure what's canon. I may have an off-brand X Blade sticker.
Is that why you got it for like half off?
Yeah. Well, maybe to do that to avoid getting sued. But the building, like if you look at this ramp, I think it says Blads once he moves. Yeah.
Team X Blads. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. I got an off-brand.
Okay. DP would just fucking focus on the background.
200 a week, man, that's not bad.
That's actually
like a 14-year-old that's just doing what they'd be doing anyway.
Yeah. I think 800 to 1,000 a month. Like, what a weird insult.
Like maybe. Like, why would that be?
Yes. Actually, she does. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My bad, dude. Like I was.
There's another version of this movie out there where instead of doing this, he just sells pot.
It is a metaphor.
And that's the movie.
And all his friends are just smoking it for the love of the game.
Yeah, and then they can still skate. They can still be soul skaters. Typically, like when it's X Blads.
I do like that Val hates him, but he knows Andy's good enough.
They genuinely have chemistry. Like,
yeah, I kind of want to
they
see
do.
them do it. Sorry.
Yeah, they think
Just
no, for sure. We were all thinking it.
yeah.
It's like Magic and Bird, except in this movie, both of them have AIDS.
God.
So what was the run? Just like through the course in less than 30 seconds?
Just a street run, do whatever you
it's
can,
just-
I think.
So is Team X Blades, just to clarify, because I haven't seen this movie in a while, are they like half pipe skaters, like it's all about tricks, or like on the course, or are they like racers?
It's a
So
compliment.
when
they
they-
do it all. Yeah, they do all three because they got then that's the climax of the movie is you've got the half pipe vert, you've got the street run, and then the big thing is the race, which I'm pretty sure has never been a thing in like the X Games ever, but it does make for like a fun,
Definitely not.
clear movie ending. You can clearly
that's
tell
true.
who's winning and who's losing.
Like if
Also, I
Val
love
actually
how
hated Andy. Oh god.
No, I was just gonna say I also love how like Disney Plus is streaming this, and they shot all these these Disney originals like for TV. Like they didn't even have any foresight of like people are gonna want to talk about this movie in the future, so they just shoot it for this like 4:3 aspect ratio.
I was going to say,
like,
my aspect ratio, I'm missing about half my screen because of it. The wife and I rewatched Halloween Town around Halloween last year, and my God, it looks like shit on like a modern television. It's horrible.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I mean, they made these movies like the turnaround was like insane. Like they'd shoot them in a couple weeks. Also, did you guys just see what that guy said? I moved $10 million worth of products, and I'm paying you fucks $200 a week. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't tell them that, otherwise they're going to renegotiate.
Also, and he said, I'm on 1,200 networks. I'm like, who is watching this?
There aren't even 1,200 networks.
Like, how much money is this guy making off Team X Blades? Jesus.
That's like when Marjorie Taylor Greene says 6 billion people crossed the board. Like the entire planet Earth. You're just saying numbers.
Yeah, that's why it's a problem. Everyone is here.
Does that not alarm you? The whole planet.
Somebody go check on China. They're all gone.
His like office here looks like if you're at Universal Studios waiting to get on like a ride, like what you would
Oh
be
my
walking
God.
through.
I knew as soon as you said that. Yeah, this is like you're waiting to ride the Hulk or something.
Yeah, and they like, well, let's dress it up at least so that people have something to look at. he just
deal
like,
with the devil, baby.
Costume designers in these movies have their work cut out for them because they just say like, we need sleazy corporate Team X Blades owner, and they're like, I got the exact look. Oh, this is it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Boom, roasted, bitch.
Oh my
no
God.
Comeback. Zero comeback. She had nothing. For the little sibling not to have a retort, unbelievable.
Every younger sibling in America was having to deal with that for the next month.
Yeah. You only get them with it once, but if you strategically do it, it's scorched earth.
At least as the youngest sibling in my family, my retort would be like, nuh-uh. Like, you got to do something. You can't just go
butt liquor or something. Dude, those are fresh-ass skates.
I know. Those are sick as hell, man.
But it's like blood money.
I love how stupid he is.
Yeah,
like,
no one's going to look in the laundry basket.
Isn't the bag Team X Blades also?
He just realized, I'm pretty sure he just realized, wait, I have skates. That means I have them physically. They're a corporeal element of my life. Oh, wait a second. I can't have these. Like, that was the whole beat in that freaking...
Then he realized it. Has this chick ever eaten before?
No, doesn't she have like she's saying it right now. I was gonna say I thought she had like some disease where like she could eat as much as she wants.
Is it a disease, or she just is saying because of her age she has a fast metabolism?
No, I think she's sick. That's another like thing that keeping them poor.
Jeez.
And they're using it to highlight that Brink's not eating. You know what I mean? If the sister's eating a shit ton and he's not, it's like, well, what's wrong with Brink? Oh, the guilt's affecting his appetite.
Yeah.
The poor kid. He's just racked.
The guilt. Yeah, all I'm eating is my own pride right now because I'm Team X Blade. So is he worried that like His dad probably wouldn't give a fuck if he said he's on Team X Blad. He'd probably be like,
Dude,
good,
his
you got
dad
a
loves
job.
it. Well,
Yeah.
except the skate.
No, because it's skating. Yeah.
Skating.
His
There's
dad's
like
at
a
the
rated
point too,
R
like
version of this movie where the dad just starts hitting him, and like just getting really dark. You want to skate?
But is this like walking that fine line between like the dad's glad he's making money, but also his pride's hurt because he's like, dude, I barely even fucking made that at the factory.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it from. I mean, I don't have any children, but I get the idea. Like, hey, this is something you keep getting in trouble for, and we're trying to we're trying to balance your schooling and stuff like that. I do get the father's reaction here, but clearly they're desperate for money. So
But the kid has a skill. You're unemployed right now. That is pretty solid. Like, what is he, a sophomore in high school or something?
I mean, and this is 1998. $200 a week then is like $1 million now. Like,
give or take. Yeah.
Give or take, maybe a few cents.
I also love on these movies like the actual like economics of it never like really adds up. Like with the guy saying I move $10 million a week or something, or the kids like they just said money amounts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right. Just kept repeating.
There's probably takes where like he'll say it and the director's like, that's not hitting my ear right. We need a higher number.
Oh yeah.
This guy just has a fucking bowl of peanut M&Ms, like an entire one of those like mega bags.
Yeah, and it's fucked up. He knows his friend is in financial trouble, and he's just showing off by eating that while they're on the phone.
So are the Soul Skaters like actually in the same competitions as Team X Blad?
Yeah, which also makes no sense because there should be amateur versus professional. If you're getting paid, you're
that's what's interesting though. I don't think that that the only thing that separates X Blades is that they're sponsored. Like there's a guy who's selling their stuff. Like I don't think they're in like a league that the Soul Skaters aren't in. But
is it? I mean, back then I would feel like that's the line of amateurism.
Right, the solid point. But I don't think that's how the competitions would see it. But then again, the competitions also have like a street race going down. Like,
and also we clearly saw a 34-year-old man at Team X Blade, so they don't really give a fuck.
I'm curious. Has Tony Hawk ever? I mean, I know he's a skateboarder, but has he ever commented on this movie? Like, as anyone of like?
I don't think he's allowed to. He probably watches it in secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just really gets off to that early scene where the skateboarders beat up the rollerblades.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's good enough. He's like, I never made it past the 4-minute mark, actually.
Nothing else happened in that movie. That was the end.
First off, how bad are these guys at home ec? Like, this shit is all over his face. You're like 14, bro.
Dude, it's second period. He got all day. You can't look like that.
Yeah, it's interesting that the like, Disney Channel could be for 10-year-olds, could be for 6, could be for 14-year-olds. So it's like they've got this weird like, okay, we'll just put it on his face because it'll be silly, but also we're going to make a subject about like inline skating, which is what teenagers want to watch. It's like pick a lane.
And also, how is Val able to walk around?
I was going to say he just doesn't have fucking class. He just gets to like. And third period, I usually just meander the halls picking fights.
He makes too much money, man. He just
$200 a week, bro. You don't need a school for that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm losing money by being in my history class.
A whole $10,000 a year, baby. In California, you're living large. I like this play by Val, though. He's like, am I a bad guy? No, I think you're great. I also feel like home ec was such a staple in a lot of kids' movies too, or 90s movies. But I didn't take home ec.
Oh, really?
I don't think I did.
I did. It was fun. We did do home ec, and it was like sewing and like a couple life skills, nothing crazy, but like here's how you fill out a check. And
actually,
better practice.
That's shit you actually need.
Better practice your cursive because as an adult you're going to be writing in cursive all the time.
That's all you're gonna do. Did you cook
last
anything?
Home ec was super bad.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'm not making fun of your profession, but everyone knows home ec's a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
It's guaranteed A. I'm sorry for cussing. Fucking bullshit.
I'm like a single
That's the
mother. I have
one
to
kid.
cook and clean.
The one kid gets like the giant hat.
Oh yeah, dude, Brinker looks good in Team X Blades gear. I gotta say.
That's one of the more. Yeah, I love the fact that they make Team X Blades look so cool.
Yellow and black is just a sick ass look.
You know.
The earring guy, he's got like, how is he on this team? He fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I guess he's just on the team because of the earrings.
Yeah, that and they, you know, I guess they just need like that short, edgy guy.
The yes man.
For Val to just get upset at for agreeing with him. That kind of vibe.
Love the lava lamp. That is so 90s.
That was a pretty good burn. He goes, if that's going big, then I'm just going to have to quit skating. He goes, well, we're all going to miss you, buddy.
Ooh.
And what are these girls doing there?
Dude, how many times? I mean, 200 a week, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They're like the sponsorship. They probably pass out like the free samples.
I just realized not only is there a lava lamp, but the lava lamp's not even on. Like, just, if you're going to put the lava lamp in the scene.
Did you guys ever have a lava lamp growing up?
I did, yeah.
I did not, actually.
Did yours, Ryan, did yours break super easily?
No, it just what I remember as a kid being annoyed about is how long it took to turn on, and then to actually, like, it was like, I remember getting it, being so excited, and then like an hour and a half later, it was still not doing anything, and then finally it would do it, but I'm like, no, dude.
I bet you that's what happened when they were shooting that scene. I bet you they had the lava lamp and they turned it on and they were like, it's going to be like 2 hours. And they're like,
yeah, bro, like, it's a light bulb. Because that's what it is. It's literally a light bulb that just
We'll do it in post.
Right.
Yeah. I got my one lava lamp. I'm pretty sure it's still in my parents' house at a bar mitzvah. Because at a bar mitzvah, you get gifts as a guest. Uh-huh. And that's my one bar mitzvah I went to, I got a lava lamp.
That's awesome.
Did they buy that specifically for you, or is it like a white elephant where like you don't know what
No,
you're gonna get?
It's like they have like a pile of them, and when you leave, you get to grab one.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now he's exhausted because he's doing 2-a-days, right? So he's like coming from one practice to the other.
And so yeah, he's got to hide it from Dad, you know. I guess Dad knows that he skates, just not for money, right?
Yeah.
It's like, man, it'd be so much easier just to sell pot.
Yeah.
Is he not allowed to yawn?
Yeah, bro, like I yawn for no reason all the time.
What's the matter with you? It's a bodily function. I don't think it's cause for concern.
Here we go.
Yep.
2-a-days and the dog grooming business.
He's gonna be making like $1,500 a month. That's insane money.
It's wild, bro. And the IRS won't even know about it.
Dude, God.
Can the dad not work at the dog grooming place?
Yeah.
Like, is that against his injury?
He looks
That's
fine.
A solid
is all
point.
I'm gonna say. He for a guy who supposedly was never gonna walk again, he looks fine.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't have any limp or anything like that. I mean, I know
that's his character.
I know it's not all on the outside, but it's interesting that they don't even hint at anything physically.
I think that was an acting choice. He could have done more. Also, waking up at 7 a.m. Do you guys? I remember in high school in like 8th grade, we would get up like sometimes like 6:45, 7 o'clock, like normal.
Yeah, dude. For him to act like he's dead by 2 o'clock, like what do you? I do that now when I'm 35.
Also, you tie the dog down. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Hey, don't help our team improve. We're gonna figure out pretty quick you're cheating on, bro.
Dude, the disappointment in the friends thing, it still hits for me. I remember, like, I don't know what it is, but just the whole, like, where the hell were you? We're all waiting. We're all counting on you. You're our leader thing.
Right.
Just like, sorry, guys, I got a secret. The worst thing that ever could have happened is happening. Nobody wants me to be doing it, and yet I have to do it.
I've reached the pinnacle of our sport, and I'm getting paid.
The scene is showing like all how hard he's working, which I get it, but like he's still getting 8 hours of sleep.
I know.
If he sleeps from 11 to 7, that's 8 hours.
Absolutely.
He still got home at 7 o'clock in the evening. He's had time to eat, do homework, and go to bed. And
basically, he worked one job and then did his 2 hobbies. Like, Jesus Christ. And one of those he got paid for. He's like on his deathbed because he's only getting 8 hours of sleep.
No, he's faking this.
Okay.
He's doing it to get out of being with... They don't have a team name right now, or do they? Or have I missed that?
They are. They're the Soul Skaters.
Oh, that's...
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's official because they don't like official things. They're not going to brand themselves. Right. But
they're too good.
You can't pin us down, bro.
Bro, they're sellouts if they have a team name. You can't do that.
When the teacher asks my name in class, I say, "What do you think my name is?" Is there ever like a Mrs. Doubtfire moment where he accidentally shows up to the Soul Skaters with his Team X Blad clothing on?
I don't remember, but I do love how he's exactly one day into this and he's already having a fake sick.
Yeah, that was like your break glass in case of emergency move. We're going to the well way too early.
Like that montage was not over several days. That was one day.
That was fun. He's like, I've made a huge mistake.
In fact, when he was tired, that was after he hadn't even done his job for the first time ever. You know what I mean? When he's like falling asleep, it was just the idea of it.
And again, it's hard for me to sympathize when he's still getting 8 hours.
Yeah. Bro, I would give anything for 8 hours.
Dude, here we go.
Dude, the backflip is an insane move.
I mean, can you imagine, like, it was just the coolest thing in the world. I mean, still now, but like as a kid to just like throw yourself up like a 10-foot tall wall, do a flip on wheels, land, and then go do some other shit on the other wall you're about to go to.
It's insane. And then the one where they'll go down like the half pipe backwards, that one would scare the absolute shit out of me.
Can I just say really? Yeah.
Is this a disguise, really?
But I also like that Val was like, I told him to be here an hour ago. He's absolutely right to be pissed. Okay, it's not like if Val was like, I told him to be here 5 minutes ago, where the fuck is he? Fine, Val, you're clearly overreacting. An hour before a competition, that's...
Well, I don't think Val's wrong.
No, I'm agreeing. I know what I'm saying. I think Val's right. I think
but I don't think the movie. I don't think the movie's saying that he's necessarily wrong. He's just a dick about how he usually behaves. But in that instance, I agree with you. I agree with you in that instance. But I do think the whole like him making his friend, like him like admit in front of his friends that he's not a jerk is the power play.
Oh yeah.
Also, how about this sunset filter they used? So they do like this thing where it's just like that top half is like a darker orange in the bottom half.
Or is it like the Breaking Bad in Mexico?
Yeah.
That's the lens they're using. Anytime it's a Mexico scene that's yellowish, you're like, what?
Also, you want a real taste of 1998. Literally, they were all drinking some version of Shasta Cola.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That and Surge, and you really encapsulated the whole thing.
If I drank half a Surge now, my heart would explode in my chest.
Here's my analyzation so far, and I think the thing is like Val, while he has douchey tendencies, but it's not like Brink doesn't give it back to him. I think that at the end of the day, Val at least respects Andy Brinker's ability to the point where he's allowing him to be on his team. But at not one point has Brink reciprocated respect back to Val's game. And I think that's why Val's such a dick. Like, he at least doesn't like Andy, but knows he's good. Brink hasn't shown any respect.
And has Val made Andy Brinker a skater?
Yes. Andy Brinker. I will say that's fair, but I also think the thing you notice about the difference between these two is Val's all about results, whereas Brink doesn't care about results. So like when people can't skate good or if they get injured, he's more interested in their well-being, and Val only wants, which makes sense because Val's got a business that he's heading,
Exactly. To quote Bob Sugar from Jerry Maguire, it's not show friends, it's show business. To Val, they're all just numbers on a spreadsheet to be plugged in and out.
Yeah.
Brinker's like Dr. Medicine Woman. He just wants to hug everybody and sing Kumbaya.
Right. I think there's a middle ground. It's a shame this Disney Channel
Sure.
original kids film didn't approach. But I wish that they would have just shown like a little, like they could both learn from each other.
Yeah, if they would both compromise just slightly, this would actually be a sick-ass team.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed in slow motion when Brink was doing the half pipe, how bad the stunt double was. Like it looked nothing at all. Like they couldn't find anyone who
like a 38-year-old black guy. It's like, huh? Why is he high-fiving Val? Like nothing would have just skated. You know he's a businessman in the 90s because his hair slicked back. When Gordon Bombay went corporate.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Blood money.
I also, it's like obviously like, oh shit. Got to be like 75 degrees there. And he's wearing like the sports coat over the black t-shirt.
What kind of security do we have at this event? These 3 people just ran up and assaulted a skater in the event.
After what happened to Nancy Kerrigan? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Have we learned nothing?
This is bullshit.
The skaters' lives are on the line.
What doesn't matter? Time for singular athletes like Monica Seles and Nancy Kerrigan. Like, we need some fucking security, dude.
Dude, I don't know about you, but if I just made $200, I'd be like, I'll explain it to my friends later. Look, my dad got laid off.
I think he made more too. Like,
it was a bonus.
Just got paid. Yeah, he just got paid a whole bonus for winning.
God, those cups are so 90s.
That is, yeah.
So right now they're talking about how they're going to kill him, right? Where they're disposed of the body.
The conspiracy scene.
I mean, we're midway through this movie, and I feel like there's a lot of, actually more than that, but there's a lot of dark places this could go that Disney's just scared to take it. Too scared to take
it. There is an R-rated version of this film, like potential. Like there is some dark themes you could really do.
And you don't really have to like uproot the narrative, right? There's just a few minor tweaks here and there.
This goes a little further with some of the decisions that they make.
That's
what
really
if Brink like
group
gets like a ligament injury and he gets like addicted to like fentanyl or something, or shoots cortisone?
Yeah, that'll do it. I think you guys did it. Yeah.
Val has a look every fucking time.
Dude,
the way he like shimmy shanks his body when he wants like his chest. Yeah, his chest is the first part of him in frame at all times before his head and his legs.
Like again, Val, dude, when we were all teenagers, we all didn't know how to like express emotion. Val has flaws, but he's still putting himself out there for Andy. Like he's still like, bro, hey, I need you and you need us.
He's more realized. Like I think Val, like Val's already had his movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's very like confident, and he's not wrong. It's just you either agree with what he's about or you don't. Like he's not a hypocrite.
I think if Andy showed him just half an ounce of respect, he would shift. He wouldn't.
Do you think Andy
need to be a dick?
The reason he doesn't is maybe Andy looks at Val and he's like, "Damn it, I'm becoming you, and I hate how much I don't hate it."
And he hates how much he loves him, and then the sex scene starts. Saxophone in the background.
They make out.
Guys, we could have at least this fan fiction written by the end of the night. We want to take Brink 2 somewhere.
Oh my God.
It's that place.
I've already got an idea for my anthology movie at the end.
Also,
it involves a character you might not expect.
Ooh. Also, this dad is overshooting his shot with his mom.
100%.
Plus, rare. I didn't even think about this. Rare for the parents to be together.
Yeah, I guess that kind of was a Disney thing.
But
normally Johnny Tsunami had the parents together, but
the move was the big family drama. But you're right. There's always something family drama, whether it's finances or move or a divorce.
Yeah, divorce, dad dating mom dating someone new.
After they do a lot of like one parent has passed away.
Yeah,
it's like single parent, mom or dad.
Right. Do you guys remember in Xenon where they were like, "Oh, it's the future," Everybody drives VW Beetles, self-driving VW Beetles, because it's the future.
You know, that was
Unless-
up to the highest bidder. It was like, who wants it?
Unless Dippin' Dots were there, it's not the future.
Plot hole. I guess my timeline's off. He says, haven't seen Peter or Jordy in a while. Didn't they like just catch him today?
Yeah, I think they're operating on an emotional logic, or maybe Dad's just really tuned into Brink's life.
He has
like
nothing else to do. He's unemployed.
He's like, didn't one of them come over when he was pretending to be sick like yesterday?
Could
Yeah,
you imagine
yeah.
being unemployed pre-internet or like during the early days of the internet? There's nothing to do. He is just probably aimlessly walking around the house.
Yeah, he probably knows all the birds by name now. So is this him kind of thinking like maybe I came down a little bit too hard on you?
Yeah.
Also, we need money. But mainly the coming down too hard on you thing.
I do buy them as like a type of dad and a type of son that like
I do. Yeah.
Nobody's necessarily the bad guy, but you get why they don't understand each other. You know what I mean?
They're very proud. They love each other, but they're very proud.
And it is again
Right.
one of I think we've mentioned a few times, like watching a Goofy movie. Like as you're older, we look at this movie completely with a new perspective. And as a kid, you're just like, dude, Dad, lay off him. He's just like now you're like, no, dude. If I was that dad, I would feel the exact same way.
Dude, so we had again, Jeff, I don't remember if you remember the Monty family Roswell house with the street. We had this pretty steep like main drag down the neighborhood that was very similar to this. So when we watched this movie, I'm not kidding you, like the amount of races we had down the hill, over the corner, and to the cul-de-sac, I was just like, we would just reenact
in a cul-de-sac.
And not only did it resemble this movie, but we even like I think one point we like threw rocks on the road, like to enact that part. Like we all knew there were rocks on the road. It's not like someone was doing that to kind of, throw somebody off, but like we wanted to see if we could skate.
You want to test
through the rocks. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, they let anyone skate there. It's a public street. What the hell are you talking about?
You know what? One thing this movie does avoid, unless I'm like misremembering anything in the third act, is none of the kids. I guess Team X Blad kind of serves as like the substitute for this, but none of the kids has like the rich father who like owns half the town or anything, which is a trope in these.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it's kind of nice that Val is filling in that like multiple types of characters role in one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Val's family could be like lower middle class, but he's just a good skater is why he gets his
right
role in Team X Blad.
Yeah, he could have a totally similar deal. We don't know.
What was the LA Looks hair gel budget for 2 earring guy? That had to have been at least like a quarter of the costume budget.
I had that gel.
LA Looks? Fuck yeah, who didn't, bro? I would go to school and my hair would be like if I was like walking through a construction zone and something fell, it would have protected my head. There was so much.
That shit was rock hard.
So when I started doing hair gel, there was like this like green goopy like Lion King 2 hair gel. I started wearing it like 11 years old. And I would wear it, and my hair was always just like a little bit like too slick and oily and a little soapy. And I remember a friend of mine, Armand, he was like, "What's up with your hair? Why is it always soapy?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just the hair gel." And he's like, "What kind of hair gel?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like this Lion King 2 whatever hair gel." And he's like, "Yeah, that's shampoo, you idiot. My younger brother has the same thing."
Damn it.
I was like, damn it,
too
Armand.
good to be true.
You just had to tell me like right as we're about to get on the school bus.
Then they came out with like, maybe I'm not came out with, but I discovered Guy's hairspray. So you could like apply that during the school day if you need a little extra hold.
Oh yeah, I had that. I mean, I didn't do that during the school day, but I still used hairspray and gel. My hair was like straight up.
Yeah, because the thing when we were kids was it would like you just stick up the front of it. Remember?
Oh yeah, like it was like flat. It was so up. It was completely flat, and then wall.
Well, obviously these actors must, dude. Gabrielle, that's so sick.
It's sick,
you
but
just
like
win.
Literally, I don't think saved her any time.
I don't know. I think you automatically.
It's not about that. It's not.
That's true.
There's the style.
Cycling, you just don't get it, bro. You don't get it.
You just don't get it, do you, Scott?
Scott, you just don't get it, do you?
And that's not like. This is Valid is worst. I'll admit.
Yeah.
But to an experienced skater, that shouldn't have been enough
but
gravel.
Couldn't that just as easily have killed Brink?
Right. The Val defending is going a little far here.
Hey! He killed her. But really, he only stabbed her 20 times. She should have been fine.
I mean, the knife is just as much to blame.
Yeah. She walked into the knife half the time.
Dude, I remember viscerally how the blades would hit in this shot. It's baked into my brain how her blades would just smack against the road.
That was Neymar-esque of a fall.
I mean, just
soccer fans.
Just as easily, it could have been. Damn, that's pretty bad. It could have just easily been Andy, right?
Yeah, but he was warned to stay on the outside of the turn.
That's right. He told him.
He's like, "Why would I stay on the other side of the turn? You always stay on the inside."
Yeah, that's
why are they looking at him, dude?
It's genuinely an empty cup all the time. So like he cannot understand subtext or like thinking more than one move ahead. So when he's like stay on the outside, he's like, I've known you longer than the audience has. The audience knows what's going to happen. But he's just like, I'm incapable of understanding what you could possibly mean.
Why would you want me to do that?
Giving me skating advice. Then his friend basically dies, and he's like, wait a minute.
That would be funny if at the end of the movie, after he wins the race, he's like, wait, and you did the rocks too, didn't you?
Yeah, okay. I get they're mad at him for leaving for Team X Blad, but how in the fucking world can you blame this on him?
Back to Val.
I mean, they warned him. Yeah, they warned him about Team X Blades, and yet here he
is.
But
if I were him, I'd be like, guys, you know I'm too stupid to put two and two together.
Well, he's too stupid to realize to tell him that.
But like, is it because he joined X Blades, or like, is it because like, if he had been honest with them from the beginning and been like, guys, my family is desperate for money. I have to do this.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have had these races. They would. I mean, like, be honest with your friends, bro.
I think that's the real lesson. And we see that more often than anything is like, especially in stories, there's nothing audiences hate more than a liar. Like, that's the guiltiest thing. It's like, we're like, and so to him to feel that way, where we're just like, just be honest with them. It's like, we get why the choice wasn't wrong, but the lying to his friends about it and not having that conversation.
And this is why I associate with villains so much. You know who didn't lie? Cal and Titanic. You didn't lie? Val and Brink. When has Val lied? He was like, hey, dude, I want to spray some fucking gravel. Stay on the outside.
Yeah, if anything, he's too honest.
It's
like, I hate the trope in sitcoms. Like sometimes they'll have an entire, like the whole like comedic device in a 22-minute sitcom episode will be one character trying to keep a secret from the others for 22 minutes, or like simple miscommunication between them. And it's just like the lowest common like form of humor.
So my girlfriend got to work with Billy Zane recently.
Oh, what? Can you get me an autograph, please? Can you tell him like, I am the biggest defender of Billy Zane.
So here's the thing. I will agree with you with the Cal thing, but she's like, I had to listen to her bitching about Billy Zane for 3 weeks because she did this movie with one of the Migos and with Billy Zane. And she's like, Billy Zane, I hate him so goddamn much.
Oh.
Like,
no, see, I defend Cal. I don't know Billy Zane. I'll defend Cal. You know,
they're one and the same.
I agree. Like, what was it? Yeah, Cal's pretty upfront about his intentions, right? I mean, obviously, I haven't seen that movie in a while, but
he did nothing but love, other than slap her one time. But he was cheating on him with the homeless man.
I'm sorry, my fiance fucked someone else on the cruise ship that I paid for her ticket.
Not just someone else, a fucking homeless person. I'm never gonna let that go. Like,
he's in between apartments. He's not homeless.
Oh, he is homeless, bro. He had $5 to his name. I don't need to go off on a Titanic tangent every time I'm on an episode. I will stop.
A tangent.
Ah.
Touche.
This scene. This scene.
It's like a Goofy movie-esque father-son moment.
You had to have one, right? You have to have the one big, like, heart-to-heart that changes.
The emotional crescendo, man.
Yeah. Movies have, like, I mean, obviously we have nostalgia for these 90s movies. They're not good movies if we're honest with each other, obviously, but like these movies still like attempted to have heart, like
and some of them for sure too,
like these
The
were
idea
real
too,
conversations between a family drama.
Oh yeah, I think it's like a timeless idea where it's like the father that like, no, my son is nothing like me, but he is him. So I need to come to terms with that and support it. It's not like his hobby is like murdering rabbits, like he just wants to fucking skate, bro. It's totally like I don't get it, but it's his thing.
Yeah. It's nice that dad has to learn some shit too in this movie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He's really good at knowing his friends' names and like what happened. He's like in on the scuttlebutt. I wonder if he has a Zanga and he's just like checking up on all what people are posting.
Jeff, you're like the one person my parents know their name. Like they're like, how's your one friend? The one in this and that does a thing. And I'm like, you mean this person that you've met 1,000 times? Oh yeah, that person.
This guy has. I'm too lazy to look it up, and if only there was some way we could easily access information at our fingertips. But he has a face where it's like he's been in a lot. I feel like is he like in the Green Mile? I feel like he plays like a prison guard in the Green Mile.
I'm gonna look it up.
He is. He's way too familiar.
I feel like he's been a prison guard in several, like either this or Green Mile or like Shawshank. He's in.
So David Graff is his name.
Graff or Graff like a
just
bar graph?
One Graf, one F. He was in Police Academy.
Oh god!
Like all the police.
Really?
All of them.
All right, so he's a comedic actor. I guess.
Known for Police Academy.
There's no comedic acting in Police Academy. That movie is so
He's done a lot of TV movies, video game stuff. He was working up until 2001, and then it looks like he stopped.
No, September 11th really got to him.
I don't want to blame it all on 9/11, but some of it.
Oh, he was cop number 2 in Seinfeld.
That's it. Yeah,
that's
right. I do recognize him from Police Academy and Seinfeld. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, he's been laid off for 6 months. Holy shit. Yeah, this is actually like.
Oh, he's dead. He died in 2001.
That makes sense.
He didn't stop acting and die in 2001. He died.
Well, he did.
Well,
yes, he did.
He hasn't acted since he died.
Both are true.
Likely.
You're right. My bad.
Really got to him.
Yeah, he was so. It was actually good for him. He died before September 11th. He actually had a premonition. He was like,
all we need on this podcast was to have to cancel the whole fucking thing if he died in 9/11. Then it'd be like
heart attack on his 51st, 9 days before his 51st birthday.
Wow, that's way too young.
That's when the events of Breaking Bad happened.
I think, like, way to make the attention about you. Like, that's so. Ugh, let them have their day.
It's gross, really.
I hate that.
What's your guys' takeaway from this speech? I still don't know how to make heads or tails of it. I liked it as a kid. I still like it, but I'm not sure. Like the application, like I guess I get it a little bit. He's saying, okay, you're not what like you do. You're more than that.
But it's kind of hard to tell that to like a 15-year-old because unlike you, where he's lived a full life with accomplishments, like he's very much still finding himself, and I think that's all done through like what you're passionate about. So to be like, all right, remove skating from your life. What are you? He's like, I don't fucking know. Like that's my identity, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for anybody, particularly a kid that still is having object permanence issues. Yeah.
Well, Michael, I don't know if you watch Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, like that scene where Roy Kent in the first season, I think, is like retiring or he's basically done. Right. And he's like, I don't know what to do without football. And then Keely asks his niece, like, hey, describe your Uncle Roy. And like she goes off into a way a niece would and doesn't. Yeah. None of what she says is anything about football. Like that's the thing. As a teenager, you don't realize. But even in what I love about that scene is like Roy Kent as a 30-year-old doesn't even realize. Like 100%. Your life is so much more than just like
Well, and that's the thing a bit, like when you have a passion, it's great to have a passion that consumes your life, like when you found your thing, you're like, I love this and I want to do this. That's great, but what happens when you can't do it, or what happens to stuff outside it? You know what I mean? Like you look at, hey, shit, look at Tom Brady now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
he's like already
when
trying
you
to
define
unretire
yourself,
again.
right? It's like, how, you know what I mean? Like it's good to have that, but to your and that dad's point, you do need to realize that there's more to life than that.
Look, I get Brink is mad, but you don't ruin a perfectly good fresh cheese pizza.
Also, did you see?
I hope you don't feel that way about milkshakes.
What Val just said about, like, they handed him a strawberry milkshake and he literally goes, "Do I look like I'm wearing a dress?"
Oh,
is strawberry milkshake effeminate?
Bro, like I
in
love
the
strawberry
90s,
milkshake.
100%.
What the fuck?
Geez,
Do you remember how like just homophobic we all were in the 90s?
Yeah,
like just
absolutely.
the prevailing culture of just like,
I can't drink a pink drink.
Like, what? This is absurd. I love strawberry milkshakes.
Yeah, they're the best flavor. And I remember being like a closeted strawberry milkshake lover when I watched this movie.
You're like, come on, yeah, man, who likes strawberry milkshake?
What is that? Oh, they fucked up my order. It's fine. I'll just keep it.
I guess we'll drink it with the whipped cream and the cherries. All right.
Yeah. No, I'm the total opposite.
It's fine.
My wife.
It's whatever. You guys, if I send it back, I'll just fuck it up again anyways. So
we'll order a drink, my wife and I, and the waiter will come and they'll put the beer in front of me and this like pink fruity or light blue drink with an umbrella in front of her. I'm like, no, that's mine. Thank you very much.
You got it wrong.
She's the one who ordered the gross beer.
Yeah.
That's
my wife also gets really upset when they'll like bring the check. Like one of us will ask for the check, and they'll like it's been her asking for the check before, and they'll bring it to me. I'm like, I teach 7th grade. Like I am not the fucking breadwinner.
You just put it down in the middle. I was a waiter for a while. You just put it down in the middle.
Okay, at a certain point, based on the amount of injuries here, maybe we're just not good skaters.
Yeah, that's why no one's paying them to skate.
I can't fix this. I feel
like Gabrielle's good.
She's
the only good one.
Yeah, you're right. She's got an excuse.
But Brink's definitely the superstar of the team.
See, here's the thing.
I think, interesting.
Yep, they're willing to sell out for the right sponsor.
See, I forgot about this element, even though I made the joke about it off the top. This is gross. Like, talk about hypocritical. What is the difference, except for the amount of money you're making?
It makes no sense. Why is it okay to get a job that you hate, but not okay to work for something you love? That's what the movie is telling us. Like, hey, you love skating, so don't get paid for it.
I think that's fair, and I don't think the movie does a good job of really doubling down on this point, but I do like that he at least said depends on the sponsor, because he's saying, it's like, it's not like Team X Blades, they may behave poorly and we don't like how they treat people, but I don't know. Like, I feel like they could have had that conversation more in the movie. You know what I mean?
I think the issue is he was dishonest with his friends.
100%.
Hopefully, more so than Team X Blade. Also, there could be a whole side plot where Team X Blade's gear is made in some sweatshop in Indonesia, and that's where they're.
That's the opening of the film. It's like a 5-year-old.
And Val is there managing the sweatshop. Yeah, that's why.
Have you seen the beginning to Lord of War? It's actually really similar.
There you go. They're in the same universe. Maybe that's factory has Team X Blade stuff. That's why they're fucking the managers making like. What did he say? He's moving like $12 billion.
He said 10 million either month or a week, but regardless, the fact that his seemingly the only person that he's repping are these like 5 high schoolers that he's paying $200 a week.
Again,
when you sell a
t-shirt for consumers in this situation.
When you sell a t-shirt for $60 and you pay the 12-year-old Indonesian child 4 cents an hour, that's where you get your profit margins.
This is what's crazy about this. I don't know if you guys saw that. Gabrielle goes, "Yo, ESPN." Back then, ESPN was its own company. Because of that scene right there is why ABC and Disney bought ESPN. It's a fun fact.
And also the ESPN2 logo here, man, it looks 90s.
Oh, yeah.
ESPN2, I feel like, used to be like the extreme ESPN.
Yeah, you never had the mainstreams on the 2. And now that was, I'm pretty sure you didn't even get like SportsCenter on ESPN2.
Who's this guy?
All off-brand.
Yeah. They just replaced him with some nondescript person we don't even know.
Well, they had to. Was it the 36 year?
Do you think? I wonder. Do you think about like, hey, look, the wacky waving inflatable tube.
Oh, yeah,
I wonder if the movie is. Here's what I think. I wonder if the movie's like appealing to like a kid sense of logic, where you could imagine that the Team X Blade skaters don't love skating. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, because it's like when he's like, "Oh, at least I had a good time," because it's like as adults we're like, "What are you talking about? Like you're getting paid. Like you obviously love it. Nobody does a sport professionally if they don't enjoy it, right?"
So like because of the pressure to win, that it's like taking the fun out of it, basically.
Or even if like they genuinely just skate for the money and they don't enjoy skating, which is like, I could see it maybe like as a kid audience, you like getting that idea, but it seems like to me, I'm like, well, obviously, whether they're doing it for money or not, they like clearly must love it.
Yeah,
at least there should have been a scene. Is good. You know what I mean?
There should be a scene where like
is hit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but Val again doesn't seem like he's having fun ever. Maybe just because he feels like he has to play the role of like dictatorial tyrant leader.
Right.
But who are we to say what his fun is?
Arts and crafts.
Yeah.
He made everyone friendship bracelets. None of them wore.
Hell yeah, Val. Dude, that was the kid. Did you see that? That was the actual actor who did that one grind.
That's pretty sick. If you had like a big like high jump pad set up, I could at least do like the off the ramp part and then land on that.
Like, did Kobe ever look like he was having fun? No. Not one time did Kobe Bryant look like he was having a good time.
The only time Kobe's having fun was when he wasn't having fun.
Right. That's actually true. So I'm like, I don't blame Val for like looking serious half the time. The greats,
they're obviously getting all these kids to skate a bit, but yeah, like if you're looking at it, you're right. Like the Brink stunt double is doing a shit ton more than the Val stunt double. Like,
yeah, these guys have their work cut out for them. So it's this, then it's you said the half pipe, and then in the race, is it like a relay race? Like all four of them go?
No, it's just Val and Brink. Not to spoil it for you. I know we were waiting to see what the huge climax of this Disney Channel original movie would be, but no, they do it. But what's interesting is that I don't think he cheats, but he kind of cheats. Brink kind of cheats in the thing because he gets shoved down by Val, and then he uses like just this shortcut, which seems like he's going outside of the boundaries of the race to catch up. Anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm jumping the half pipe. We'll get there.
Gross, an 89.
Ooh, nice reference.
Oh, this is my favorite scene.
Yeah, this is the iconic scene. This is, I know me and my wife and Jeff and I, we quote this to each other when we're playing anything, playing video games, Mario Kart, like everything. Like this phrase coming up here is just like 25 years later.
Also,
Jeff, you opened up with it.
Skate better.
Skate better, baby.
Skate better.
And Brink is just dumb enough that that's the best advice he's ever heard in his life.
And the mom sells it. She's so funny. She's like, yeah, skate better, obviously.
Well, because mom
anything more than.
Well, that's what's so funny is like the dad gives him this like really insightful speech for anyone to like define your personal identity different than just the activities you do. And meanwhile, Katie's just like, skate better, you fucking idiot. And he's just like, oh, you just blew open my world. Holy shit. That's
anything I do in life, lawyer better.
Yeah, Dad lost it. Any word over 2 syllables, he's glassed over, ice glass over. He's like, I don't even hear what you're saying now.
Michael, do you ever tell yourself direct better?
I should.
Yeah, just tell yourself that next time.
There's time.
Jeff, teach better.
Do you ever tell an actor act better?
Yeah, act better.
No, I've not done that one, but sometimes you just get simple with it. You know, because I think the biggest thing that early people make the mistake of is just getting like really, really, really like heady with their direction. Yeah. And it's just like give somebody a tangible goal to fight for. You know, your job is to keep this person from leaving this room. Done. You know. Sometimes that's it, because it's like half the time you'll just try and like get all philosophical, because not all of them, a lot of actors are like Brink, like genuinely. Like
Yeah.
if you give them a
like,
very clear, simple object, they're like, got it, great. But if, you know,
we don't
some
need
of
to,
them are really heady, but yeah.
we don't need to solve world hunger here. We just need to get through this scene.
And it's having fun too. I mean, the biggest thing is like genuinely like being afraid to do something stupid. Oh hell yeah, dude.
I love that the mom has clearly been holding together their financial situation this whole time, being like, "Oh, we're fine, we're fine." And the second he just said, "I got the job back," you could see she's like,
"Oh,
thank God, I was about to leave you.
I was
about to like have all
gonna split this family open."
She was so obvious when she sold that.
It's how you talk to Brink. Just give him a thumbs up, man.
Yeah,
we gotta keep
better
it real simple.
It is true. He is an idiot. Like, I didn't really realize it until this rewatch.
Do you not have to rotate who does what event? Because he'll have done all three.
I think they all do, right? I mean, we're just not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think we're.
That's fine, but I know when
the title
Michael said he does the race. Right. Sir, I'm the title character, so I need to do all the event. Oh shit, our bad. Yeah.
I'm the main villain, so ditto. All right, cool.
I mean, if that is the case, if you want to put your number one, I mean, that also makes sense.
I wonder if Pup and said Sony increase in business after this.
I do. I'm not gonna lie. This movie's obviously not teaching me the right lessons because I want the merch from both of these teams. Like, I want a Team Pup and Suds T-shirt and like the X Blades jersey to go over.
Yeah, if you don't think, especially now that I saw you have a sticker for X Blades, if you don't think I'm going online right after this to see what they have, you're out of your fucking mind. Dude, I saw a guy in college one time. I was at a party and I saw a guy with an Adam Banks Mighty Ducks jersey, and I couldn't even focus for the rest of the night because I was like, that guy has the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
You know, at my bachelor party, Jeff, that Kyle, he has a Banks jersey.
Does he really?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm always so jealous of it.
Is it a Banks Hawks or Banks Ducks?
Hawks.
No way, really?
Yeah, it's a Hawks. Yeah, it's so badass.
That's cool. That is fucking cool. God, Val, Iceman, bro.
But I respect the game. Yeah, he's a conceited asshole, but he knows he's actually good.
100%, and that's why he's such a good villain.
Yeah,
you agree with a lot of them. Also, I do love. Oh, this montage is great. I do love that they do the Pup and Suds in like the blue and purple, which is complementary to like the X Blades yellow.
Ooh, that's true.
Definitely is.
So yeah, Jeff. So we're getting to see like everyone. It does all of them.
And so it's like your combined score, I'm guessing, for each team.
Yeah, average.
Yeah, and that's why they need the whole team to kind of stand up.
I just think it's fucked up that Nancy Kerrigan's about to go and then someone clubs her leg again. It's like she just cannot catch a break.
Yeah, security is not the thing that this event brags about.
So let me ask you something. When you were, I don't know if you were both really into the whole inline skating thing or skateboarding or how much X Games like had an impact on your life, but was there like a particular trick that you just thought was the coolest thing on the planet? The like, if I could just do that, I would die happy when you were young.
Is the 540 like the impossible spin?
900 is the big deal that Tony Hawk did. Although in this they just had him do it, Brink do it. They had him do a 900, but it's easier on rollerblades. But
yeah, so the 540 is what, like 1.5 rotations? Is my math correct on that?
Yeah.
So you basically go down. You would go up frontwards and go down backwards.
Yeah, you'd spin once and a half times, and yeah. Well, actually, I guess if you did it on a half pipe, you'd actually be coming down the right way. But if you did it on if you were going forward, it would land you backwards.
And don't they penalize you depending how far down on the half pipe like you land it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I was never a skate. I mean, I would rollerblade around the neighborhood, but I was never. My biggest thing was obviously watching this movie and playing Tony Hawk on the N64.
Dude, Tony Hawk was the best game of all time.
Yeah, the shit out of that game.
And I remember like I would push myself way too hard and go for like 1080s.
Yeah.
And the snowboard game too, 1080 snowboard. You guys remember that one? So when you're talking about like, those were the things when you're at least on video games, you're not actually trying to hurt yourself. Like I kept trying to hit.
Yeah.
Dude, this would be such a clutch performance here. Holy shit.
Sick. That's the crazy 540.
Inverted
Yeah,
540.
inverted 540, which I guess means you do a little flip in there or something.
Yeah,
I want to do it.
Yeah.
My goal was to do like a handstand, like more than anything.
Oh, that's cool.
I never did one as cool as these guys, but I did get to that level when I was 12 where I could do like a bit of one. And when I tell you, like, I was a virgin, but I got laid that day. Like,
oh yeah,
that's
probably
that's
that moment.
basically what it felt like. Like, I was like, this is what sex must feel like. This is the coolest thing in the world. Yeah, and I found out it's way, way better.
Yeah, it's also just badass. Like, even when they were on the street in the beginning, like unnecessarily, when you really just leave the ground at all to like grab the side of your rollerblades.
Oh yeah.
Where'd this rain come from?
Yeah, they just.
This reeks of like this is the last day we have a permit here to shoot. It's raining. Fuck it.
100%. These things are made in like 2.5 weeks. You're shooting a whole movie. The weather is what it is. That's why they're using the like sunset filter and shit earlier, because they're like, well, we're shooting this at 2 p.m. But story-wise,
but it's sunset.
Yeah.
God, Val. So what do we know what the score is? Like, or is it just like what is
it's
that?
Just top two, right? Like it's just a dead heat. Yeah.
Got it.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now they're just gonna Usain Bolt it to see who takes it.
This is an insult. That is an insult. I win because I'm not you. And Val says nothing.
It lands though.
No,
it gets him. Val's like, you, fuck you. I hate you so much.
Like, don't at least say I'm rubber, you're glue or something. Like,
I mean, you got to remember what he did to Gabrielle. He's like not forgetting that.
Yeah, thank God she healed in time for this.
Right.
Puppet Sets has no depth chart.
No, she didn't compete.
Oh,
I don't think. I think she was still in the sling, and that's why it was so. Why Petey had to do the 540, because she couldn't.
Wow.
She already had a big set piece. But I do love, like it's a race, and yet they're still so concerned with doing tricks off the ramp.
I'd rather lose, but do cool shit than win and just do it in the you know?
Yeah. Like they don't even address it. Like they're not even like, oh, and they choose to do. They're just like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like they're like, oh, it's part of the thing. They're like, no, that's just them.
They're wasting time for some reason. All right.
Dude, that jacket. Did you see the jacket that the manager had on?
Yeah.
I would love.
Please tell me it was like a windbreaker.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
when
like
you're pushing $10 million of merch, you can have that jacket.
Yeah, bro, it's probably made a
Until
solid
that
fucking
day.
goal.
That was sick as hell, man. I want to be on a mountain snowboarding with that.
So part of the course, they literally skate down stairs.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty poorly put together.
Good
Jumping
for
over your
Allen.
opponent is the most like dance on their grave move.
Allen Iverson-esque. Yeah, this part never made sense to me as a kid.
Of course, there's a blind
It's a
turn.
blind
Where else
spot.
would the villain cheat?
Why
What does that mean, a blind spot? She's like, it's a blind spot. What? How do you know? That just means there isn't a camera there.
On that
So
shot.
no, not a human being. Like, wouldn't you want to have a course official the one spot where there wasn't a camera?
No sense. Val's just like punching him in the face. Like, wait,
Like, dude,
how are we
cameras
allowing this?
Oh, here it is.
The moral
We've
dilemma.
seen this, but is he going to do it for Val? Val's the worst of them. Yes, yeah.
Again, dude, do you have like a PhD in medicine? Like, why do you think you can heal these people?
Dude, could you imagine someone in NASCAR just crashing and then like
So
the
stupid.
first place racer being like, hit the brakes, like, hey man, you doing okay?
It's actually pretty genius.
Yeah, I don't blame Val. He's doing whatever he can to win. Brink's just an idiot.
Brink is an idiot, but he does have a big heart.
Yeah, that's a problem. You don't win in a large heart.
And that's why he.
This is definitely a DQ,
cheats,
like Michael said
That's
earlier.
where he cheats through.
Yeah,
like, there's clearly flags telling you where you can go. He's like,
he lost
nah,
his moral compass in 2 seconds. Would everyone not see that and be like, no?
Everyone's
he
cheering
did a
like.
grab. He did a grab when he went off. So it's.
Can you imagine the
all
judge coming out like,
valid.
everyone's cheering, but sorry, no, that was clearly illegal.
Yeah, the decision making, like if you would have just let the guy fell on his own, you had nothing to do with it. You just keep skating, you win. Instead, you go back to save him, and then you have to cheat in front of everyone.
It's not like the guy, yeah, like you're saying, it's not like the guy's gonna die. Although this is so sick, where they're just like straight up.
Oh yeah.
Got a toe grab again.
Yeah, just dive hands forward. Just like, why are you?
Oh, there's a background actor here who's just way too much. Look for him.
Yes.
He's just insulting Val.
The guy in the purple?
The purple. Again, another random generic soccer jersey for some reason. Fuck you, man.
I don't know why they're so mad at Val though. Like I know he pulled Brink down, but we all saw Brink cut across the course too. Like,
yeah,
he's not Jesus Christ 2.0.
You guys didn't know. I'm pretty sure they had an idea.
That's cheating, man. Well, no, not really. Brink was the idiot who went back.
Like you saw me cheat too, right?
It's not Val's fault for pulling himself up that pulled Brink down. Like, I mean, that's just physics. What goes up must come down, right? Everyone knows that.
Winnie the Pooh. Michael Scott.
They won money, but of course they're soul skaters, so he'll return the cash, which is awesome. And
oh my God, does he really?
No, but I'm just saying, if you truly only skate for love.
I think it ends on a freeze frame.
I hope
better.
So. I think
it feels like it should. This kind of movie. Hey, all the clouds are gone. That's cool.
Yeah, it was raining 5 minutes. I mean, there's a freeze frame.
Hell yeah.
Now, Michael, quick question. Do you think that freeze frame is a director's choice, or is that like standard issue for a DCOM that you have to end? It's like the studio.
I think the answer is yes. I mean,
my question is, have you ever ended a film in a freeze frame?
I have ended a funny short in a freeze frame before.
Right.
Was it an ironic freeze frame, or was it like actually artistically?
Yeah, it was kind of it was a little death proofy. It was a little like,
ooh, okay.
Aren't freeze frames kind of a funny, silly, ridiculous thing that we can do?
What was that high school film you made that had like Tokyo Drift in the title?
Oh yeah, so I actually, when I talked to kids about life and movies recently, I talked about that where it was the BT, the school name was Blessed Trinity. I went to a Catholic high school. The BT 500 Tokyo Drift The Phantom Menace. That was
that's amazing. Semicolon The Phantom. Is Disney Plus recommending motocross for you guys?
Yep,
next?
Immediately.
All right. Well,
I got customers always watched. Oh, I'm on Amazon Prime. I got this one. Got Johnny Tsunami, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, and motocross. Wow. There it is.
We got to make it. We've done Johnny Tsunami. Have we done Smart House? I don't think so.
God,
Smart House, I bet would be funny just because the idea of what was scary, or like, could you imagine if technology had access to this type of power in your home? You know what I mean?
But we're at an age now where Smart House isn't that. I mean, obviously the movie is ridiculous, but like, isn't that unrealistic? It's actually quite.
Yeah, I worked on a thriller recently that we kept referring to as like horror movie Smart House. Yeah, it's like totally. I mean, what's the difference between this and like Alexa minus a little bit? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, Kate Saga's in the Smart House, right? Like,
she's
the
Smart
House. Yeah,
she is the Smart House. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the Disney Channel original movie Brink. Now we
Brink.
Oh yeah, Brink. So we have a tradition that we sometimes honor where we come up with an anthology movie or a sequel to the film we just watched before we let our audience go. Michael, do you have anything in mind that you think the Brinkverse could spawn as a film idea? Either a different character we could follow, or even just maybe an in-universe movie that could be a spiritual successor to the film?
I mean, I would love to see Brink as an adult dealing with his like tax accountant son. You know what I mean? like pretty badly.
Whose passion is numbers?
Yeah, like what does Brink do when he's just been like, a skate bum his whole life, and he's just got this like nose to the ground businessman, 16-year-old. But I don't know, man. I will say, as a mechanic for a movie, I just love the skate scenes in this are just fun to watch. Like when you get talented people doing something you don't see very often, like it is. Like whenever they're doing tricks, like I still find it like cool as shit.
Oh hell yeah, choreography's top notch. Cycling, how about you?
Yeah, I like Michael's idea, like Andy Brink as an adult, Andy Brinker as an adult, but for some reason he has the same group of friends who are still really mad at him for anything he does where he gets paid. So like if he's an accountant, they're like, if you really love accounting, dude, you do it for fucking free.
For the passion.
Right? You're fucking sole accountant. Why are you selling out? It's like,
Sole
I gotta
accountant.
like make money for my family. They're like, no, man, that's so weak. Like
That's
he's
so
a lawyer,
funny.
he's a doctor. They're like, no, if you really cared about these kids, you'd be a doctor for free. He's like, guys, that's not how the world works. Like, sorry, no, but Gabrielle's still pissed.
I have it's a prequel film.
Ooh.
And it involves the injury that happened to Andy Brinker's dad and the conspiracy behind it. And so Team X Blad wanted Andy Brinker to need money to support his family. So even before Boomer got hurt, they put a plant at the factory where Brinker's dad worked, and they staged the accident.
Was Putin involved?
Of course.
Oh my God.
It goes
I'm
up
so
to the very
in.
top. So the film
so
is basically about the conspiracy at the factory and then the plot to cover it up that sends the Brinker family on a financial downward spiral, forcing Andy Brink.
I love this Better Call Saul approach. I think that's really good.
Sure.
I also think it'd be fun to see like almost like a When Harry Met Sally style rom-com between Val and Brink, as they're like throughout different stages of their life where they're like getting into the same shit and like still being like really antagonistic towards each other. Like, they get in, whether that's golf or just like career shit or like
dating the same girl or something.
or just like, like they get in competitive, like jogging, like just like lamer and lamer shit. And then it's just like, finally they fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
the sexual tension, you can cut it with
the
knife.
Release would be immense. My God.
When he freaked out about the strawberry milkshake, I knew they were destined to be lovers.
Both are definitely covering
100%
insecurity.
100%. And you know what? They shouldn't have to do that anymore. Go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts before we let the people go? Michael, what do you think of the movie? And then is there anything you want to plug for our listeners out there? Anything you've been working on that they need to go check out, or anything you can tease?
Yeah, I mean, well, still love watching the Soul Skaters do their thing, Team X Blades. There's no cooler looking villains, I think, in 90s made for TV movie sports history.
It's not as niche as you think.
No, there's a couple people in the running. I've got a couple shows coming out New Year. Some crime stuff. No One Can Hear You Scream, and the latest season of Dead Silent. And hopefully we'll do some movies. Also, if you're a fan of toy commercials, you can probably see some of my stuff randomly. I did some toy commercials recently for Elmer's Glue, and stuff like that. But yeah, man, no, things been good. I don't have a Twitter account.
Is Dead Silent still on ID, or where's that?
Yep. They've got on ID, and then the show I've got Your Worst Nightmares on Hulu, and then this new one, No One Can Hear You Scream. I do a lot of terrible things to people on television is what I'm getting at.
I'm a true crime head, so I always check those out.
In.
Nice.
All right, Ronnie, how about you? Your final thoughts on the Team X Blad versus Pup and Suds rivalry?
I mean, I still that's still an entertaining film. Like, I mean, these are not films we watch to be good movies, Oscar worthy acting, whatever. Like, I get that, it might be weird if I watched that for the first time today, but the nostalgia hits, and 20 years later, it's still fun.
Yeah, I still think it is the best DCOM. Like, I can't think of one. I mean, Johnny Tsunami's close, but this one's
they're all that level, even at its best. It's not getting, what I mean? There's going to be that kind of. These aren't good movies, guys. You know what I mean? Like,
But to Michael's point, dude, the skating choreography in this really is incredible.
it's better acted. I mean, honestly, this is a decently acted film. Like, of all the things we made fun of in this film,
Yeah.
they also get seriously.
See it in the garage.
Yeah.
All right, we have been the Bro4 Squad podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Bro4 Squad. If you type in Bro4 Squad as 3 separate words, pretty much anywhere you find your podcast, Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We're also on Letterboxd, and check out everything we've ever posted on our website, bro4squad.com. Till next time, we need to go see if Puff and Suds will hire me back, because things did not end well last summer.
Did you sell out?
I did.
Oh, my dude,
Did you ask
my
for a
dude.
paycheck?
I asked to get paid, and they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Just
I
cover
thought
your
you were a
travel
soul dog
expenses.
washer.
Yeah, let's just put soul in front of any job. If someone asks for a paycheck. Soul dog washer.